In this tutorial, we'll show you how easy it is to feed MovieChainer with your contractual data. First, you must have a clear understanding of your agreement. So yes, the first step is to take time to carefully read your agreement and get a good grasp of your deal terms. MovieChainer's pop-ups follow the flow of most industry agreements, so the app will walk you through the info you need to search in your contracts. So now that you've finished examining your contract, let's fill it in. You can access the list of your agreements from any page in MovieChainer simply by clicking on the Contract button on the top of the page or by using the keyboard shortcut Ctrl-K. This leads you to the Contracts page where you can find all the agreements you've previously typed in. Click on the New button. Here is the basic information you will have to fill in, starting with the name of the contract and its reference. Both can be any number or phrase you generally use to organize your contracts in your company. For instance, you can use the code of the film in your analytic accountancy. Then, tag your contract by indicating what type of contract it is, distribution, financing, etc. You're not limited to one tag. You can select as many tags as you want in the list that appears. What are tags used for? Well, if you tag a contract as financing agreement, it will appear in the list of financiers in the Info Digest frame of your film page. If you choose distribution, it will appear in the list of the licenses in the same frame. And any contract tagged as distribution or international sales will appear in the distribution map of your film as well as in the list of sales. After selecting your tags, click the plus button to indicate which film is concerned by the contract. In the pop-up, start typing its title and you'll see a list of films appear. Simply click on the title you were looking for or create a new film. When you click on Save, you'll see the name of the film you've selected or created. What if your agreement concerns more than one film? This can be the case if your deal concerns a slate of films. Well, all you need to do is click on the plus button again and repeat the steps we've just been through. Pick the signature date of your contract by clicking on the calendar and selecting the day you were looking for. Finally, indicate the currency used in your contract. Don't worry if it's different from the reference currency of your film. Just fill in the conversion rate in the text box. This brings us to the second frame of your contract page, the parties. Start typing in the name of a company or a person and select that party in the list that appears or create a new contact. If needed, you can add more parties simply by clicking on the plus button. This can be the case for a co-production agreement between several producers, for instance. Finally, you can add comments to the contract by writing them in the comments text box. Then, click on Next. Your contract has been created. Now it is time to fill in its terms. In the Grant of Rights frame of your contract page, click the plus button and follow the pop-ups. First, indicate the amount written in the contract. This can be the minimum guarantee you pay to your screenwriter, the price paid by your distributor in a flat license deal, etc. Then, select the type of contract in the list. If you have any questions about the different types of contracts, check out our other tutorials or our FAQs. Select the territory for which the rights are granted. Type the name of the territory, and in the list that appears, click on the one you're looking for. If you need to modify this territory, click on Define a new territory from this one. You'll see the list of countries that make the territory. They are colored green in the world map. To delete a country from the territory, click on the cross next to its name. If you want to add a country, go to the end of the list, start typing the name of the country, and click on it when it appears. Before saving, and thus creating a new territory, don't forget to change its name to fit the modifications you've just made. MovieChainer will show you the new territory you created so that you can modify it if it still isn't exactly what you were looking for, or you can save it if you want to use it for future films. Check the All Languages box if the rights are granted for all versions of the film. If only the rights to specific versions of the film are granted, uncheck the box. This can happen in distribution deals. If you are a French distributor, you may only get rights on the French versions of your film for the Swiss territory, for instance. Indeed, the producer may want to save the German and Italian versions for German and Italian distributors. Then, select the media for which the rights are granted. If you need to get into more detail, click on the arrows to expand the list. To select the concerned media, click on the circle left of its name. And finally, fill in the duration for which the rights are granted. Don't forget to save and you're done. And if the contract includes several amounts, types of rights, different rights on different territories, you can always add a new right by clicking on the related plus button. So, effectively, even the most complex transfer of rights agreements can be broken down into MovieChainer. We hope this tutorial has been helpful. Thank you for using MovieChainer.